Alright, hi, Richard Moore here from 8-Step-Startup. This is the next tip in the 30-day tips series. I'm giving a tip of the day from best-selling authors, professors at world-class business schools, and business leaders as well. And the idea is this is for startup businesses and entrepreneurs. And this one's one of my favorites. This is actually my own thing I developed, and it comes to how I build my daily routine. And I think it's at least once or twice a week I get asked about my daily routine. And when I was in touch originally, I think it was some point in 2015, quite early in 2015, for my 8-Step Startup course, I was speaking with a guy called Robin Terrell, who's currently on the board at a very large supermarket, number 3 supermarket worldwide, I believe. But he used to be the managing director at Amazon UK. He said every morning, in terms of his routine, he always thinks about what things are needed in his sessions, as he calls it, throughout the day. And that got me thinking about how I break my day up as well. So what I do, and I think is a really good tip, is break the day into sessions. So I have 4 sessions. You may change this, but I have 4 sessions. The first session of my day, doesn't have to be an exact quarter of the day, but the first period I'm working is always on maintenance and routine. So administrative stuff and putting things together, such as email, spreadsheets, accounts, things like that. And maybe people go, oh, isn't that when your willpower is stronger? Shouldn't you be doing the big stuff, the growth stuff? Well, that's interesting, but arguably I think as a business owner, it's always best to know that after your first session, first few hours of the day is done, that you can look at your business and say, at the very least, it won't go backwards today, because all the things I've done are the things needed to keep it running, the day-to-day administrative stuff, okay? So then the following 3 periods, so 3 quarters of my day thereafter, is 100% focused on progress, on business development, on generating more cash revenue. So maybe I'm looking at a new program, a new course, maybe I'm prospecting for new customers, but it's always focusing on the next thing, the growth stuff, the exciting stuff, right? The progress. But that first session is maintenance and routine. Thereafter is business development and progress. Okay, with doing this, it means that you end the day saying, I had an awesome day because I've grown the business, or worst case, well, the things I was going to try didn't quite pull off, but at least I've done the maintenance and routine. You can look at your business and say, at least we didn't go backwards, and that's what's important, safety first. Because the thing is, if it's all very good being outrageous and being a maverick, and there's a lot of good space for that. But if you're not being risk averse with keeping your business robust by doing the early maintenance stuff, you won't have a business. And then when you run out of money because you're not looking at the right things first, you'll end up having to go back to your 9 to 5, and that sucks. To make it simple, so think about covering yourself first. This is the same as if, those of you who might play blackjack or do any kind of gambling, if you put some money into a pot and you make a win, save that money. That way at least you go home with the same amount you started with, then play with your winnings and go from there. It's the same kind of thing. Bank the day first, the first quarter only, and then go from there, okay? The final thing on this, people say, but hang on, I've only got quarter of the day to do all my admin. Sometimes I don't have time. Well, then if it doesn't make the cut because you couldn't get it done fast enough, it carries over to the next day, okay? Some of you getting a little insight into how brutal I am with my day, but that's how it is. You have to work panic levels, like frantic levels, to get your maintenance and routine done in the first period and then move on, okay? See you tomorrow. Next tip coming up.